Okay, let me ask you something. What would you do if you had literally nothing and your only choice was between, say, feeding your family and holding on to your honor? It's a tough one, right? Well, today we're diving into this incredible story that puts that exact dilemma front and center. It really makes you think, what does it truly mean to be wealthy? So the story kicks off with this really powerful thought from one of our main characters, Fuli. She says, if there is honesty and faith, the creator never starves his servant. And honestly, that one line, it's like the moral compass for everything that's about to happen. It's this core belief that even when things are at their worst, faith and honesty will, somehow see you through. So just keep that idea in your back pocket as we get into it.
All right, let's set the scene. We're dropped right into the middle of a raging storm. But, the rain and the wind, that's not the real storm here. The real storm is the one brewing inside this tiny, broken-down hut. It's a storm of poverty, of absolute hopelessness, and it's swirling around our main characters, a fisherman named Sohag and his wife Fuli.
I mean, just try to put yourself in their shoes for a second. Your roof is leaking. Your only way to make a living, Sohag's boat, is just shattered. And on top of all that, you, your partner, your child, you haven't eaten in 3 days. Every single part of their life is just collapsing. This isn't just bad weather, you guys. This is their entire world completely unraveling. And you can just feel the crushing weight on Sohag when he speaks. Hearing his little girl, Tuntuni, crying because she's hungry, that's pushed him right to the edge. He's at his absolute breaking point. He feels like a failure, like he can't even provide the most basic thing for his family. It's heartbreaking. But then there's Fuli. While Sohag is sinking into despair, she's like this pillar of strength. And it's not just talk, She doesn't just say, have faith. She actually acts on it. It turns out she'd saved her own tiny bit of food. It's such a small thing, but it shows this incredible foresight and this really powerful inner strength she has. Okay, so now we get to the real turning point of the whole night. Just when you think things absolutely cannot get any worse, a really strange sound cuts through the noise of the storm. And this sound, it's going to present them with a choice they never could have imagined. It's a car horn. Think about it. A car horn, out here on this broken down road in the middle of a massive storm. It makes absolutely no sense. So you've got this moment of just pure suspense. What is that? Is it danger? Is it something else? And then, out of the darkness, they hear a voice. It's a desperate cry for help. It's from some strangers whose car is stuck, crashed in the mud. Now, even though they're in their own terrible situation, and who knows what danger could be out there, Sohag knows he can't just ignore it. He has to do something. So, what they do next, it's just this incredible display of generosity. This whole next part is about how Sohag and Fuli react when someone else is in trouble, even though they have, and I mean this literally, nothing left to give. Yeah, look at this. This really puts it into perspective, doesn't it? They're not giving away their leftovers or something they have a lot of. They are giving away their only things. Their one dry set of clothes. Their one safe place to shelter. And get this, even that last little bit of rice that Fuli had been saving for her own hungry child, it's an act of radical, unbelievable generosity. And one of the guests, a wealthy woman named Nura, she's just completely floored by this. She says that their little leaking hut feels safer and warmer than her own giant mansion. It's such a powerful moment, right? She realizes that real wealth, that true feeling of security, it has nothing to do with what you own. It's about the warmth and safety you can give to another person. So, the storm finally breaks and morning comes. But you know what? The family's biggest test is actually still ahead of them. With the daylight comes this massive choice, a choice that's going to force them to decide between their desperate, desperate needs and their deepest core values. So the man they helped, Azam, he's so grateful that he offers Sohag a ton of money, 10,000 taka. And we're not talking about a small tip here. This is a life-changing amount of cash for them. It's more than enough to fix the boat, pay off all his debts, and feed his family for a good long while. It's basically a lifeline handed to them on a silver platter. But Sohag's response? It's instant, and it's a hard no. See, for him, if he takes that money, it changes everything. It turns a simple act of human kindness into a business deal. It would basically be like selling his honor, which is pretty much the only thing he has left. And that's a price he just isn't willing to pay, no matter how desperate he is. And Fuli? She's right there with him, 100%. She feels the exact same way, that taking the money would just cheapen the whole experience, the real human connection they made. They are totally united on this. They're choosing to define themselves by their character, not by how poor they are.
So the guest leaves and, well, reality hits hard. Their faith gets tested all over again. The hunger comes back, maybe even worse than before. Doubt starts creeping in for Sohaig, making him wonder if he made a huge mistake. And right at that moment, when he's at his lowest, he sees something on the horizon. It's the car, and it's coming back.
This timeline really shows you how tough that choice was. For 3 whole agonizing days, they have to live with the consequences of their decision. The hunger, the hopelessness, it all comes flooding back. And you can't blame Sohaig for starting to regret it. That's what makes him so real, so human. But then, on day 4, that's when everything changes. So Azam and Nora come back, but they don't have an envelope of cash. No, they brought something so much better. They brought them a future. I'm talking a brand new boat, new fishing nets, a whole year's supply of food. They even went and paid off his 3,000 taka debt to the moneylender. And of course, new clothes and toys for Tuntuni. See, they didn't just give him a handout. They gave him back his work, his livelihood, and his dignity. And Azam is really clear about this. He says, this isn't charity. This is a reward. He tells them that they taught him and Nura a huge lesson about what it means to be human. They showed him that the richest person in the world isn't the one with the most money. It's the one who can help someone else even when they have an empty stomach themselves. And that really leaves us with this one big question to chew on, doesn't it? This whole story just completely challenges how we think about wealth. Is it about how much you can pile up for yourself, or is it about what you're willing to give, even when you have nothing? Maybe, just maybe, true wealth isn't measured by what's in our bank accounts, but by the integrity we refuse to sell, no matter the price.